Like always, I ordered a Clubhouse grill, but Veronica wanted a grilled chicken Caesar salad instead of the quesadilla burger she usually gets. Her uniform is identical to the waiters, with the exception of their name tags. His reads Anders. What kind of stupid name is Anders? I feel as though I recognize him, his name or his big square head, from somewhere, but I can't place the face. He's bigger than me and has one of those wide jaws that looks like the front of a throughway plow. I want to ask Veronica about him, to share some joke about his name. What does Anders rhyme with? But I can't change the subject. And I can't make a joke. Not now. Then I realize that starting today, Anders will be spending more time with Veronica than I will. And I hate him for it. "Refill?" Anders asks. His voice doesn't hint that he knows what's going on between Veronica and me, but I'm sure he does. How could he not? I'm sitting here with my hands shaking, practically crying, pleading with my girlfriend not to dump me. I'm a total spectacle. I'm the joke of Applebee's. "No thanks," I say. Veronica smiles at Anders like she and I have been talking about nothing more than the weather. "I'll have another iced tea, thanks. Make sure it's unsweetened, right?" Anders cuts in. He disappears with her glass. Neither of us touches the food. I push aside my plate and go back to sliding the ketchup bottle from hand to hand. I focus on the music piping into the restaurant. It's a peppy, saxophony jazz tune. I had never given much thought to Kenny G, but now I hate him. Not a word passes between us, and it feels like a century goes by before Anders returns with Veronica's drink. As soon as he disappears again, I say, "Maybe we could—" "No, Seth. We can't do anything. I don't feel it anymore, and we can't be together." She draws a heart in the salt on the table and scribbles it out. "You're a great guy, but there's nothing you can say to change how I feel. It doesn't work that way." But I want it to work that way. I want to change how she feels. I mean, somehow, since yesterday, somehow, since we were pressed against each other and sweaty on my parents' pool table, something changed in her brain. How could you come over to my house last night? Seth, that's not fair. It's fair as hell." "Excuse me," the pregnant woman says. The man with her begins to say something, but he stops when he sees the glare on my face. Veronica draws in a deep breath and lets it out slowly. Her bangs dance in front of her eyes. "I suppose some part of me has known for a while." A while. I repeat the words in my mind to see if it helps. All it does is make me feel more hollow, more alone. Tears well up behind my eyes. I stare at the ceiling speaker above our booth to fight them off. Stupid Kenny G. Veronica pokes at her salad with her fork. "I'm not hungry," she says. Somehow, I'm not either. She glances at her cell phone. "Look, my boss is gonna kill me. You're late, too. This is more important than Belgian Fries Express. I'm sure your manager wouldn't agree. I'm covering someone's shift because she's hungover. What's Mr. Burke's gonna do? Fire me? You've been late back from lunch 3 times this week." She's right. I pull my napkin from my lap. "I'll call you tonight," I say. Her head cocks to the side, then shakes back and forth. "I don't think that's such a good idea." "Come on, Veronica. Just because we're not dating anymore doesn't mean we can't talk." I make it sound innocent, like we can both be mature enough to put the romance part of our relationship behind us, as though we could both forget the last 8 months and go back to being study buddies. But I know the truth. I want to hold on to any part of us that I can. "I need time apart," she says. "That means no calls." No calls. There's nothing I can say to that. It's like Veronica just slammed the door in my face. Then something changes. Veronica looks past me. Her eyes narrow, then go wide. She sinks farther into the booth. "Seth," she whispers. "Isn't that your dad?"